Right, hello everybody and welcome back to Matt Fry Golf. We're down at Trafford Golf Centre today and I'm going to give you 2 drills to fix your takeaway for good. So let's get stuck into this lesson. So guys, if you are new around here, do remember to hit the subscribe button down below so you don't miss any future golf lessons to help you improve your golf all for free. Be stupid not to. Hit the button down below, get them every week. So 2 drills to fix our takeaway for good, and these are so simple. If you can do them, it's going to get you in a good position starting out your golf swing, because I see quite a lot of swings that are ruined very early on due to a poor takeaway. Some of the common faults we would see would be when a player is getting very disconnected, when we see that the torso, the legs, the hips, the shoulders all shut down, and we see that their arms are doing quite a lot of the work, and it's almost that if you don't make any movement with the body, not too much can go wrong. So in turn, you end up just picking the club up, it gets too steep, and you're in a world of trouble there because you've got to reroute it back towards playing and get it back towards the golf ball. Might see also where people start to over rotate everything, so they don't really use the arms in the backswing and the takeaway. We see that really it's just the chest is doing it, and we see this sort of level turn of the chest here where my shoulders aren't really pivoting and actually getting any sort of tilt in them. We do want tilt and we want turn there. So these 2 drills are really going to fix that for you and see that you can get everything working in unison and get you taking it away and get it sorted for good. So drill number 1. This is, like I say, so simple, so easy to use, and one that I use with my pupils all the time. And it's a great thing, and it's something that you don't even have to do balls with. You can do it at home, you can do it at the range, wherever you are, you can literally do this drill. Like I said before, we need an element of tilt and turn in the golf swing. So as I stand to the golf ball, I actually tilt myself towards it. I don't stand completely straight. I have a little bit of tilt and a little bit of bend here. I have a little bit of flex in my knees and a little bit of flex in my ankles. From there then, this creates an angle between my shoulders, and one of the things that I see very early on is that this is lost, so hence now why the shaft is very straight as I get to the top of where I would be in my backswing. And this is from just standing up and not having that tilt and turn at the same time. I'm literally just losing angles. I'm standing up and that's gone. We don't want that as we start to make our backswing, as we start to make the takeaway. What we want to try and do, if we imagine now I've created all these angles, I've got to try and see that I get my shoulders turning and also feeling that the left shoulder tilts down ever so slightly towards the golf ball. I don't want to keep it completely level, because if I try that, again you see the shaft getting quite flat, and as I do that with a club in my hands and gripping it, you're going to see that I'm not in a very good position here, all because my takeaway was trying to keep that shoulder too flat there. Again, we don't want to create too much tilt in the golf swing this way, because again it just doesn't look natural. I've got to do a lot of things to get back towards the golf ball, so we need a blend of both together. So I like my students to ideally stand looking in a mirror and see that as they make the swing, we want to feel that this left shoulder goes down a tiny bit, but I feel like the right shoulder is going back behind my head a little bit more, so I get this sensation here. So I get a nice turn and it looks comfortable and everything's started to work together. My torso's turned, my hips turned, and my arms would work in unison there. From this angle now, notice when I do this, when I get left shoulder going down slightly and feel the right shoulder coming back around, notice the angle that's now created in the shaft there. Not completely flat, not completely vertical. We're seeing just a little bit of angle there as we're going through. So that is your first drill. If you're someone who's really struggling with the concept of turning and rotating in the golf swing, and you feel yourself up and down and losing your levels all the time, that is what you've got to be doing. You've got to feel that you can get in the mirror and just start working on those drills there. Okay, simple drill number 2, and this is one that I use quite a lot with myself, just if I really feel that the swing quite isn't there and I'm not doing everything that I want to do. It just gets me sort of cemented back into position and allows me to get the turn and everything working in unison in my takeaway. So this feeling, we've got to get that feeling of unison and everything being connected. If we imagined, you know, wheels with cogs on them, we'd want them turning in time with one another so all the cogs could work nice and smoothly. When you feel a little bit out of sorts and they weren't working together, it's going to cause problems. So we get that person who feels like by limiting everything they do in terms of shoulders, torso, hips, and just allowing the arms to work, the arms start going off in different directions and not really working the club on the plane we would like. We'd ideally see that as we start to turn it away, everything blends as one, and the golf swing as well is a flowing motion. It's not position by position. We've got to let it flow a little bit more. But what we don't want to see is that we get too off in different directions. And the drill is to get this feeling. If we were to literally adopt our golf posture, if we took the grip of the club and then we just raise it and put it into your belly button there, so you feel the butt of the club just stick into your stomach, you then take your grip with your lead hand just at the bottom of the rubber touching the steel, and then the trail hand on top. What we want to feel now is more that the torso drives the takeaway. So as I do that, notice my shoulders turn, my arms work, and my trail hip starts to work. Now when we see it from this direction here, it looks like that club's travelling in quite a natural direction as I'm working it back here. I'm not taking it out of my stomach, I'm not folding it out this way. I'm just feeling everything turning as one, and I can start to get into a good takeaway position from here. And then the little follow-on feeling from this, once we get comfortable with this, we just let it fold up, and now we see that I'm in a great position at the top of my backswing. If I were to come away from here and fold up, it doesn't look quite so right early on. So little rocking motion, feeling that the torso is a little bit more of the engine of the driver here, up and there, then we're into a great position. If we can do this, ideally we're going to see a pretty good takeaway. And I'll hit one here with a smooth and almost a stop and a start just to give you a feeling. So not disconnected, not standing up. I feel connected here, in. Little bit hooky for me, but it gives me that feeling. So 2 drills that are going to sort your backswing out and your takeaway for good. So 2 drills there, guys, that are going to sort the takeaway for good, and so simple to do. Number 1 drill, let's get in the mirror, let's see if we can understand tilt and turn. And then drill number 2, let's get everything working in unison, then fold it up, and you should be in a great position from there. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this lesson and I hope it helps you. If you have, do remember to hit the like button down below, leave me a comment as well. Do you work on these drills already, or is it something that you've never seen? Thanks for watching as well. Remember to hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next lesson.